What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 66. We start today's episode off on the back of our win over Hellas Verona by 4-0. We got our fixture for October. KA again in match day 2 in the Champions League away in Belgium. Napoli away, Empoli at home, and then we've got Valencia and also Torino as well. And of course, on the back of back-to-back wins and back-to-back clean sheets over Lazio and Hellas Verona as well. Good to get back on track too after a really disappointing defeat to Juventus. And I said it in the last episode, I still believe, even after all the money we spent, even after assembling this unbelievable 5-star Inter Milan side, I still think Juve are the best team in Italy. I really do. So far, the only team to stop us this season, and stop us they did, with a 3-1 loss at the San Siro. So heading to the first game of today's episode, KAA again in Belgium. And I said when the groups were drawn, yeah, we're firm favourites to top this. We only just scraped by Wolfsburg, the German side. Unfortunately as well, didn't play well. Probably deserved to lose that game, let alone get all 3 points. But we did win on match day 1, so travelling away to Belgium. Once again, strong lineup for the game. Couldn't afford to slip up in this one. Wanted to make it 2 wins from 2 and be top of the group a third of the way in, and it was a perfect start. 6 minutes in, captain fantastic, Denzel Dumfries opens the scoring, makes it 1-0, and we have the breakthrough. KAA again trying to respond here 17 minutes in. We just about got away from this corner here, and once we did, talk about your braveries for headers there. That was unbelievable, and we're away on the counter. Away we go to Matheus Nunes. Quick little first time back heel. Giant Lucas Kamaka makes it 2-0. And when you talk about getting rewarded for doing dirty work, that is it right there. He went flying in to that aerial duel, won it, picks himself up, dusts himself off, joins the counter-attack, and gets our second goal as well. He, of course, scored a hat-trick against Lazio and scored his first for us against Juventus as well. You would have seen pre-game, 4 goals in his last 3 games. I'm really liking this guy, man. I really am. His aerial presence, everyone knows about it. 6'4", really high jumping stat as well. And in 63 minutes, and once again, look at me here. I'm waiting with DeMarco. I'm saying, Scamacca, just run into the box, mate, because you know I'm going to pick you out. Cross into the middle. This time, not towards his head, but to his feet. Runs onto it, and our number 9 gets his second of the game to make it KAA Ghent 0. Inter Milan 3, and unlike at home against Wolfsburg, we are running the show in this one, dominating and going to firmly win this game comfortably. And it was good to see this as well. Later on in the game, I wanted to get him his hat-trick, and I did 2 hat-tricks in 3 games for Giant Luca Scamacca. This guy's the real deal, man. This guy is the real deal. He's already got 7 goals for us in all competitions this season. Our top scorer now in Europe, and 4 in the Serie A already. Tell you what, this guy is giving Moise Kean a run for his money. I really like the look of this guy. Brought him in from Villarreal, of course. He's not a West Ham in the game, but again, his aerial presence, you saw it there for our second goal. Like, it's so invaluable. It really is. He wins like 90% of the aerial duels. And, you know, when I signed him, I even said it. I alluded to it. It's a different option. We didn't have like a really tall, physical striker in our team outside of Edin Dzeko, who I didn't use last season. We didn't have someone with height and a leaping ability and strength, but also a finishing touch as well. Scamacca is that guy. You know, Chiesa and Keane, they're really quick. Memphis, very skillful. Same with Salcedo, but no one's a real sort of like brute physical force. Scamacca is, so it's nice to know when we need to change the options up, we got that tall lad on the bench as well. Scored a hat-trick in that game, 4-0 win, and 2 games into the group, 3 points clear of both Wolfsburg and Valencia, 6 clear of KA again as well. Third of the way through, keep this going, we're definitely topping the group. So following game, we're away at the Diego Maradona Stadium, taking on Napoli, looking for revenge, of course, after we beat them in the Coppa Italia final last season 4-2. It was a brilliant final as well, one of my favourite finals of FIFA 22 as a whole. Taken on away in the fabulous city of Naples here, we opened the scoring through Chiesa, but Napoli would hit back and find their leveller. But 22 minutes in, trying to get ourselves back in front of the second time in the game, Kefren finds Barella, quick little 1-2 between the pair, inside Zinchenko, offloads to Federico Chiesa, and while Scamacca's our top scorer in Europe right now, this guy's our top scorer in the Serie A and going for the Golden Boot this year. He's so good. I mentioned it in the last episode, man. Like, last season, he didn't score that many goals for me, to be fair. Then he, of course, went ham in the Coppa Italia final, scored a hat-trick in the first half, but He's so quick, and I forget just how lightning quick this guy is. He scored both our goals, it's 2-1 Inter, and then with 30 seconds of normal time to go, it's a second goal this season for Khéphren Thuram. You know I love him, one of my favourite players in this year's FIFA. Our box-to-box midfielder. He might sit deeper in our system, but he's always getting involved on the offensive end these days. First shot saved, quickest to react to the rebound though, turns it in, and that would kill Napoli off. Final score in Naples, Napoli 1, Inter 3. Big win away from home there in a really difficult game, to be fair, against Spalletti's side, but a brace for Chiesa and one for Thuram in a 3-1 victory. So the winning run continues. Only one slip up to start the season off. That, of course, was our defeat to Juventus and a big 3 points there. But the real question is right now, can we keep this going? Because if we are going to win the title, that is our objective. That needs to be the case, because you can't slip up in this division, because Juve, I still think, at the moment, are the best team in Italy, and we cannot afford that many slip-ups. No, we've already lost to them this season, 3-1, and don't forget, if you finish level on points, it first goes head-to-head before goal difference. So at the moment, Juve got that major luxury already so early on into the season, knowing they've recorded a big victory against us. So following game, we're back home, and we're taking on Empoli, and I was thinking, well, this should be a banker. At home to Empoli. Decent start for them this season, to be fair, but it should be an easy 3 points. And half an hour in, this guy right now is looking like our player of the season, Federico Chiesa. I don't know why I struggled with him when I first signed him last season. When I bought him in the January window from Spurs. He was at Spurs at the time. I really struggled to get Chiesa goals. He scored a brace in the Coppa Italia semi-final first leg, but really, he did end up with many in the Serie A last season, but he scores our opener here and makes it 1-0, but the lead did not last long. 36 minutes in, just a few minutes after Chiesa gave us the lead, Ellis runs through one-on-one and Empoli fire in their leveller. It's 1-1. I said they made a decent start to the season. We are still firm favourites this game here, now tied at 1-1, and right before the break, he rolls through Diego Valencia, who puts Empoli in front. And right before the break, on the stroke of half-time, we went into the dressing room in an unfamiliar situation. Down by a goal. Only the second time this season at the break we've been trailing. The other time was to Juventus, which of course we lost. I thought, okay, we cannot afford to lose this game, man. Losing to Juve was bad enough. Losing to Empoli in what should be a banker, that can't happen. So 13 minutes after the restart, we found our leveller. Destiny Udogie makes it 2-2, gets his first goal for the club and drills it in to fire in our equaliser. But as Thuram rolls it through to Keane, a chance to get in front of it a second time in the game. Moyes finds a bit of space and cannons one off the crossbar, and eventually the clearance was made from the rebound. It's still 2-2, and I was thinking, tell you what, I'm getting a little bit nervous here. We're still tied at 2-2, and if Empoli get another goal, I think I'll come back once again for a third time. And as they did make it 3-2, and they did get that third goal, I knew at that point, 22 minutes to go, we're not going to win this. We'll be lucky to draw it. And in the end, we lost it. Yep, final score at the San Siro, and it's our first big slip up of the season. Yep, losing to Juve was tough, but in my opinion, they're still the best team in Italy. But in this game, I'll tell you what, Empoli were superb. Now, they've got a midfielder in their team, their playmaker. He didn't do too well in this game. He's called Nikolic. He's the regen of Luka Modric. Definitely a future transfer target of mine. But Empoli's team is actually pretty decent. But, oh, man, that is a big loss. And you can't afford that, man. Like, you cannot afford slip-ups in those sort of games. Just can't happen. Just cannot happen if you want to win the title. Juve, like I said, best team in Italy right now. Rome were runners up last season. If you want to win the title, those bankers, you got to cash in. You can't lose those games. 3-2, massive defeat, and just our second of the season. Both coming in the league, both at the San Siro. Question is, could we respond like we did after the loss against Juve? Well, tough task. Travelling away to the Mestalla, taking on Valencia in Spain. Match day 3 in the Champions League group stage. Win this, we maintain a 100% start to the season in Europe and try and pull away from the chasing pack. We're in the first half, very little chances, but this is the moment you were waiting for if you read the title. Oh, Memphis! You little diver! Never a penalty. Rounds the goalkeeper. And it was so funny because Nianzou was the man that was penalised. And I was like, I thought it was the goalkeeper. I thought the keeper tripped him. But no, penalty given. It was given against Nianzou, the French defender. Never a spot kick. But Nicolo Barella stands up to take it. Sends the Georgian shot stopper the wrong way. And you could hear the boos and the whistles around the Mestalla directed at Memphis. Absolutely no way was this a penalty. Hurdles the goalkeeper after the Cruyff turn and just jumps into Nyanzu and then jumps away from him after bouncing off the leg. Absolutely no way is this a penalty. It was such a bad dive, I had to show you 3 replays of this. You can't dive in FIFA. You used to be able to do so in pairs quite a while ago. I think you double tap circle after holding the R2 button, I think it was. But you used to be able to dive in pairs. Never worked. But this was just... no way. What's Nyanzu done wrong there? Existed? Like, seriously, that is so harsh on the French defender. But Barella converts it, and I needed to as well. It's 1-0. We take the lead in very controversial circumstances. Well, basically the final kick of the game. Andre Onana, what a signing he has been coming in this season from Everton. Makes a big save, then catches the Rydal Baku corner as we hold on to the 1-0 victory. We scrape through. I'm surprised I even got a handshake at full time. I thought I'd get a slap instead, but even so, 1-0 the final score, but Lord knows I didn't deserve that. And that is now 2 of our 3 Champions League games, which we won, which I haven't deserved. We shouldn't have beat Wolfsburg. I was very lucky. Didn't deserve to win, and we got away with it. This game here, that was a dive. That was a clear dive from Memphis. Absolutely awful. Just leaped into his man and then leaped off him. Never a pen, but we'll take it. And it does mean half the group, 6 points clear of all 3 teams, all on 3 points. Win match day 4 at home to Valencia. That'll be a feisty affair again, I'm sure, and will guarantee a qualification with 2 games to go. But in the Serie A, after that loss to Empoli, now 3 points behind Roma and 2 points behind Juve. Once again, top 2 teams just like last season. Already 2 defeats in our opening games. Got to be more consistent if you're going to win a Serie A title with those boys right now, still better teams than we are. But that will be today's episode of the Really Summer Career, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll have some words with Memphis in training. Don't worry about it. And I'll see you for the next episode of the Really Summer Career Mode very soon.